Hi YouTube, I'm Brian. I'm on my path to Paphos. I'm a dual national, Irish and British, and I'm now a permanent resident in Cyprus from April 2025. So it's still early days for me, but I've been coming to this beautiful island for over 30 years. So now decided to make it my home. Join me on my path to Paphos, and in this one I'm going to be telling you a little bit about what I didn't do yesterday and why I didn't do it. So join me. Well, I've turned you around because I thought rather than sitting looking at me waffling on, I thought I'd give you a little bit of an idea of what my journey is like going up from here up towards Cyprus, however you want to pronounce it. I'm not totally sure how it's pronounced, to tell you the truth. Cyprus, I normally call it. I'm going up to the Golden Beach Hotel, the Atlantica Golden Beach Hotel, where I stayed in March, and I'm going to be going up quickly, but I thought, as I'm telling you this, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a view, a bit of a tour as we go along through Paphos, and I'll tell you a few places as we're going there as well. So I was going to release a video today, and I decided at the last minute not to. I went through the whole thing over the weekend of recording the video, doing lots of little fancy edits in it as well to include little snippets, and today I decided, no, not for me. I'm not going to do that, and I'll tell you about why, so keep on listening, because it's part of what's been going on recently. I have been a little bit down over some of the trolls and some of the negative comments on here, and the majority of people, I will be very honest, the majority of people are incredibly positive, incredibly good, but there's always a few, and I was starting to let it get under my skin a little bit. And over the weekend I did a very short video just saying about it, but I thought, no, I'm going to do a name and shame. I'm going to do one of those things where you see people online, they'll chop out the comments and they'll put it up as little overlays as to why they were hacked off, all the things, and letting people see the names and making it that way. And I did that. It was about a 20-minute long video as well. By the way, just coming up on the right hand side here, you will see just beyond the lights the King Jason after the trees, King Jason Hotel, which I've been to a few times. Lovely hotel, adults only. Not the most salubrious of settings, but really good. And Danaf, which is my dentist, who did a fantastic job on my teeth when I wanted my implants done. For those who are wondering, we're on the way. We've got the church on the left hand side. We're coming on the dual carriageway and heading towards King's Avenue Mall, King's Avenue Shopping Mall. So this is one of the main routes in from the east. So if you're coming from the airport into Kato Paphos, this will probably be one of the routes you do, unless you go down the hotel strip, which is parallel to this to the left. So I did this video. I was naming and shaming people. I was saying why I wasn't very happy. I was well into whinge mode. I apologised on it for being negative. I did say it was going to be one of the few negative videos I was going to do because it was a negative subject. And I posted it up last night with a scheduled time for 11 a.m. Cypriot time this morning, so that we'd go live at about the best time. And it got to about 10:30 this morning, and I thought, I'm not going to publish this. And the reason I'm not going to publish it, and didn't publish it this morning, I'm not going to publish it now, is purely for the fact that they've won. If I put out a negative and nasty video having a go at those who've been having a go at my videos, then I was as bad as they were. They'd won. I've broken my positivity. I've broken the thing which was keeping me really happy by letting them win. Before I carry on with this, so if you look on the left hand side, you may be able to see the overhead walkway, which was complete a few years ago. At night it's fabulous because it lights up. And on the right hand side, we're coming up this roundabout, but on the right hand side of there you'll see the King's Avenue Mall with the fancy shops. It really is quite a nice place to go to if you're after the more highbrow shops in Paphos. Always parking in there. I love to sit up actually on top. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I love to sit up on top, either in Costa's or in Cafe Nero, and have a nice cafe and just look over the roundabout. Especially when there's all the wedding coaches go past with the open top buses and things. So we're coming around the coast road. We're going to be heading up, following the coastline, up towards the Golden Beach Hotel, the Atlantica Golden Beach at Cyprus. So yes, back to the thing with this. There was a few statements which I thought, well, are they really just bad? Are they just is it humour that I'm not interpreting properly? So I've given those ones the benefit of the doubt, and that would have been unfair to maybe publish them. But there were a couple of really nasty ones, and a couple which I consider to be very passive-aggressive. I hate passive-aggressive. I hate it when somebody turns around. But my sister did a video. I'll try and put a link to it above, actually, which is a bit stupid because I'm pointing my finger above and you can't see me. Never mind. But yes, I'll put a video to my sister's video, a link to my sister's video above, because she did a really good one about passive aggression. The ones, I'm sorry to be blunt, or I'm sorry about this, and then they act ever so nice, and then the next thing you know, they're tearing you apart, and then just saying it's only because we care. And I'm thinking, no, you don't care. You just pulled my personality to pieces, slagged me off, and then saying it's only because we care. No. So I will say this, and this is the one thing that I will come back to. Thank you all the people who genuinely are concerned about my health over here. I really do appreciate it. I did a couple of videos saying I was trying to lose weight before I came. I've taken those down, but basically I don't need anybody stating the bleeding obvious that I'm a fat bloke. I'm quite happy to admit that. I've lost 3.5 kilos, maybe nearly 4 kilos since I got here, which is good. I mean, that's about 9 pounds or something like that, 9 or 10 pounds, so it's good. But at the same time, thank you very much for all the people who are concerned for my health, but I know the state of my health. I know what's wrong with me. I'm married to an ambulance medic who's obviously a fully trained medic. I'm also a former first aid assessor and instructor for St John Ambulance. So I've got a good idea of the medical side of things and what can happen. And I've got a handle on it. So I don't need to be told, I don't need to be reminded. I know that I've got to wear a wide-brimmed hat in the summer, but it looks silly because you can't see my face because it's always in shadow if I do that. So I know the things. Thank you very much for those, but really, you're not helping. So I'm just going to ignore those, but I don't want to be nasty to the people who are genuinely concerned for me. The ones who are just trying to do the passive-aggressive digs, well, grow up. However, that's my negative part for this whole video, because the rest of it, you can see this sunshine. It's currently it's only 28 degrees, it was 34 yesterday, so it's a nice pleasant temperature here today. And we're going up the coast road. We've just passed most of the main parts of the shops for the Paphos area, and we're going up effectively up the west side of Paphos, up the west side of the city now. If you are coming along here, there's a whole load of hotels up here and a whole load of places to come to. A couple of filling stations if you're looking for fuel. And coming up on the right hand side, for those who've got a bit of a bearing, we've got Lidl coming up. One of about 3 or 4 Lidls in the area, but this is the one that a lot of people know from when they come on holiday. And to the left hand side you can see, well, the sea is visible from here just through the buildings, and it's beautiful. Going past the Venus Beach Hotel at the moment, and whoa, we've got the traffic lights, so I'm going to stop the traffic lights here as people go past. We've got the first of the shipwrecks, which is not the Edgerow 3, this is the, I can't remember what this one's called, but this is the one which is a little bit further out to sea and quite upright. But a friend of mine, Keith, with his long lens on his camera, has been able to see it, and it's literally falling apart, it's rusting away. So that's going to become a problem in a short time. I believe that all the contaminants have been taken out of the ship, but it's a bit of a tourist attraction, but it's also a bit of an eyesore. So I decided to take the video down this morning, and I feel wonderful for it, because I just thought to myself, it's not you that's causing the problem, it's not you that's commentating on the problem, it's not you that's being negative, it's them. And they are determined to pull people down, and if you allow it, if you allow that negativity to get under your skin, then it will. I had a boss in the UK. I was a deputy manager of a musical instrument shop in the UK, and I had a boss who was a bit of a megalomaniac, to tell you the truth. In fact, no, that's a bit unfair. He was a total megalomaniac. He was on a power kick the whole time. He micromanaged everything. However, I contested him one day and I said, you know, you're totally negative. You're never positive about things. We do some really good sales. You're always I don't understand negative and positive. which, considering that he was a former department head, as a mathematics department head at a high school in the UK, really made me laugh when he said he didn't understand negative and positive. Okay, and you taught mathematics. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I could never get my head around his attitude on that one. My attitude on this is negativity will spread like wildfire. Positivity takes a little bit more to get through. We are, as a species, we are pre-mapped to look at the negatives. It's the negatives. If we see things which are out of place, we see things which aren't quite right, we see things which aren't going in our favour, because they're the things which will trigger our fight or flight instincts and keep us alive. But at the same time, we need the positivity. We need to be looking forward to something positive. We need to be looking forward to something enjoyable. And my raison d'etre out here, that's French, you know. My raison d'etre out here in Paphos is to enjoy my life. And in talking about enjoy my life, look at this. This is absolutely fabulous up here. Coming up the coast road, yeah, I'm keeping an eye out. There's quite often a speed van. They've got little white VW caddies over here. Not big vans in the UK, just little VW caddy vans, white with yellow and black on the back, and they will get you for your speeding. So quite often there's one along this little route, but I haven't seen him today, which is rather good. So yes, this is absolutely beautiful. This is also the road which will bring you up to Coral Bay, and just before Coral Bay can turn off to Pier, where I was doing a gig yesterday. I did a gig at Harris Bar yesterday. A big shout out to Harris Bar. I was made so welcome by the owner. I was made so welcome by the staff, and especially I was made so welcome by all the people who were in the audience. They had a whale of a time, an absolute ball, and we had a great gig. Thoroughly enjoyed it. 5 o'clock in the afternoon till about 8 o'clock, and we had a real ball. I sat and chatted to some of them afterwards, and really nice people. So thank you if you were there yesterday. My friend Paul, who I mentioned in one of the earlier videos, who I went for a cup of coffee with, he was there. There was a couple who I'd met, an Irish couple who I'd met downtown, who were also up there for it as well. So it was a really exciting, really enjoyable time. Did a lot of varied, enjoyable music for them, and they made me super welcome. So Harris Bar, thank you very much. I've also been a couple of times to Lofty's Bar in Cato, Paphos. So if you've been to Lofty's Bar, if you see me there, thank you again for making me very, very welcome. Jamie, who's the owner, and the staff there again made me incredibly welcome as I passed the Leonardo Laura Hotel, nice big hotel with a water park here. So yes, the people who were there. I was at Blazing Saddles in Coral Bay last week, and to Nicky, who's the owner, and again to his staff, thank you. I've really been made so welcome in these places as a new entertainer. I hopefully will be back to the most of them. I'll hopefully be back to all of them to see everybody there. But I'll keep you informed as to how dates are going. It was a nice drop-top Bentley there in green. That was a lovely, yeah, very pretty. So yes, I've been doing a few of the gigs, and that's really raised my my positivity, my positive factor, my feel-good factor. Because I do find when I sing, and I do find when I'm in front of an audience, that it's a huge adrenaline rush, it's a huge dopamine rush for me, and it's an absolute joy to be able to entertain people like this. So that's the end of this video. I just wanted to let you know that I did take a video down. I did waste my time on it, but it was worth wasting my time because I learned a lot about how I respond to some of these things, and how I react to them. It's easier just to press a cancel button and cancel people from the channel. My subscribers are very, very important to me. All of you who subscribe to this channel, if you're not a subscriber already, please consider it. You know, hit the subscribe button below. Also give me a big thumbs up, and also ring the little bell and tick all to keep on getting videos. It costs you nothing. It really does help the channel in an inordinate amount. I'm at 2,600 subscribers it hit today, and I really do appreciate it. And if you'd like to give a little bit of financial support to the channel by buying me a coffee, you'll find a link in the details below. But it's buymeacoffee.com/Brian James. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the view coming up here today. Nice little drive out rather than normal one. And We're just coming up. You'll be able to see it on the left hand side, just round this bend, the Atlantica Golden Beach Hotel. I'm going to pop into there. I've got some business to do in there. But thanks very much for watching this video. Thanks very much for joining me on my path to Paphos, and thanks very much for staying so positive with me, because that positivity is what this island of love is absolutely about. Till the next time, I look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.